Well, good morning. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. All right, folks, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. It really affected my ability to make videos, of course, what I'm talking about is cellular service. Let's be honest, there is no perfect carrier, and it can be difficult when you're out here on the road trying to make videos. And I realize the demands I have for cellular service are most than what you are. But what if you could have all three carriers? Or what if you could have one carrier, and if you got in an area where the signal was weak, you could use another carrier? Or what if you're, and you notice I wore my Case agriculture hat. What if you're a farmer and out on the farm or out on the ranch, your signal isn't that good? Now, I know what you're saying to yourself right here, right now. Well, Todd, that'd be great, but it's probably expensive. And you're right, in most cases it would be. You know, cell phone plans a lot of times can get up near $100. If you had, you know, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, you're talking about $300 and potentially having to carry 3 separate phones. What if I told you you could do that for a fraction of your cost? Of that other cost we talked about? And what if I told you it's super cheap to do it? That's what I've done. I've been doing it for a few months now. You guys know that this week I started a new company, and a new trucking company. And so I've got Verizon through them, and now I've got T-Mobile on one of my phones, and I've got AT&T on the other, thus making it possible for me to have all three networks and pretty much have a signal anywhere in the country. Now, but what's that got to do with you? Well, you can do the same thing. And I recently, when I saw how much I like this way of doing things, I contacted them. I'm now an affiliate. I signed a contract with them, and I can now promote their services, and that's what I want to do. So I can't tell you the details. You'll have to look that up yourself, but they have all three networks. They had to rename them for their deal. One of them's called Warp, one of them's called Lightspeed, and one of them's called Dark Star. And you can Google and figure out which network's what, but they've got plans with unlimited hotspot if that's something important to you. Unlimited talk, text, and data is available. And we're talking about plans that are as low as, if you do monthly, $25. If you do annually, they're even less than that. Now, they're constantly offering promotions and things like that. They also sell phones if you need a new phone. So I'm not going to go into the specials, because as soon as I put one on the glass, as they say, and say this is what the special is they're running, they'll change it. They have options, or at times for free 30 days to try it out, things like that. So I'm going to put a link. It's in the description of this video. If you click the title, a deal will drop down. But I'm also going to pin it in the top of the comments. You guys click that link, go check out what they have to offer, and then make a decision for yourself. I'm going to go ahead, and at this point, I'm going to show you the plans and what they include. And then, like I said, you can take it from there. All right, folks, I'm going to do this through a screen record. We'll see how it works. Here we go. All right, I'm on their website, and you can see they've got a special going on right now. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, because when you click on that link that I put in the description and I pinned to the top of the comments, you're going to get a whole other set of stuff you can look at regarding that. Now, if you scroll down, they've got an annual option, and it goes anywhere from $24.90 a month down to, looks like $16.60. I don't really recommend that. The plans are the same. You're just putting a lot more money out front. And in this economy and the way people are struggling, I recommend going the other way, because it's a little out of pocket up front. Now, the annual plans, you can save up to 43% as you save there. Some of them, as you'll see here in a second, like the well, let's go with this one, this unlimited starter. This is for the Dark Star network. They also have it for the other networks. It's slightly different. And I'll show you those changes in a minute if I can find it on there. But they've got this $25 plan, has an unlimited high-speed data, has unlimited talk and text, 20 gigs of hotspot, a smartwatch add-on, international data add-on. Those are optional, of course. International calling for $3 a month more. The multi-net or the $2 per network transfer, which is like if you don't like your network, you want to get on a different one. You don't like Dark Star, you want to get on Lightspeed or Warp. That's that. The other option I was telling you about earlier in the video is where, let's say you had Dark Star and you got somewhere and the signal was terrible. It would automatically switch to your backup network. That's the multi-line net or the multi-network add-on for $10 a month. For truck drivers, that would be what I would recommend on this plan. Add that $10 on there, carry 2 networks, and then if you get in a bad signal area, it's going to go to that other network and you can still do what you need to do. All right, now if you go to their top plan, so I've got one plan that's on that starter plan I just showed you, and I got one phone that's on this unlimited premium. Right now they're running a special. If you put it on the Dark Star network and you use the promo code FULLSPEED, you can get it for $35 a month. Of course, that option will be available with my link as well. This has unlimited priority data, and what that means is if the towers get congested, you're not going to get deprioritized like you do on a lot of these carriers. This is a prepaid network, so you don't have to pass a credit check or nothing like that. But it's also going to give you that priority data. So if you're at a football game or something, your phone is still going to have good data and be able to make calls and stuff. Where a lot of people, it's going to kick them down so far on the tower that they can't really take advantage of that. They've also got unlimited talk and text, unlimited hotspot, and this is on the Dark Star network. The other ones are slightly different. But what you got to keep in mind about that is the first 100 gigs of that hotspot is full speed. The second 100 gigs is limited to 8 megabits per second. And then after that, it's unlimited, but it gets so slow that you probably wouldn't be able to use it for a whole lot. I like to say that there's 200 gigs of usable, what I would call usable hotspot. Smartwatch plan on this phone is on this plan is free. So if you've got a smartwatch and you want to activate it, you definitely want this unlimited premium because you're not going to pay extra for the smartwatch line. You get 20 gigabytes of international data, which is nice if you ever leave the country. It includes international calling and texting. I've had to make some calls and texts overseas. I don't do it often, but sometimes for the YouTubes, and I did that without any additional charge. You can do free network transfers on this plan. Remember on the other one, you had to pay. On here, it's free. And if you've got multiple lines, I believe it's above 3, they do have some perks where you can get like Apple TV or Netflix or Hulu included in your deal, but I think it requires 3 or 4 lines to do that. And they also have the multi-network add-on deal for $10 a month. As I said, this stuff is constantly changing, so I do recommend looking out or checking for your specific usage. That was the unlimited plans. They also have some by the gig plans if that's something you want. They also have the smartwatch plans down here. I believe right now it only works on Apple and Pixel watches. I don't know that they do Samsung yet. That's something you'd want to confirm with them. And let's see. Let me go back. They have a light plan, a 2 gig plan. If you've got a family member that maybe they don't use their phone a lot, they just do basic text and phone calls, you can get them a plan for $8 a month. So it's really, really a good deal. And what sold me on them is their customer service is outright amazing. Here's some of the perks I talked about. If you do have 4 lines: Slacker, Pandora, Audible, Spotify, Apple Music. You can pick one of these, or Apple Plus TV, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, Netflix Standard, or HBO Max. And the last of your options are PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass. Now, even though these are all in different boxes, if you qualify for perks, you can only get one. And it says here to clarify, they changed it, is why I wasn't sure. But you have to have 3 lines on the unlimited premium to qualify for the perks. Now, I'm going to pause this video a second and see if I can find the plan breakdowns. I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, we're back. So, first one we're going to look at is Dark Star. And I'm just going to focus on the unlimited plans. And then if you want to go look at the other ones, you can. But I think most of us are going to want the unlimited plans. All of them include the nationwide 5G. As far as high-speed data, if you get the Flex plan, you get 10 gigs of high-speed data. Everybody, or both of the other unlimited plans, the starter and the premium, get unlimited. Hotspot data, the Flex plan gets 5 gigs, and the starter gets 20 gigs of hotspot. And then the unlimited premium gets the 100 of high-speed, the 100 of 8 megabits per second, and then it slows down to the 600 kilobits per second, which is pretty slow. And the by gig plan, you can use it on hotspot. It's just going to come out of your data. Here's the priority level. As you can see on the Flex plan, you're QCI 9, and you can become QCI 8. On these QCI numbers, the lower the number, the more priority data you are. 8 is really good. That's like a lot of postpaid carriers would be. If you get down into 7 and 6, you're more like first responders, police, things like that. And so you can see on the Flex, it's QCI 9, and you can make it an 8. On the starter, it's a 9, and on the premium, it's an 8. So you're going to get more priority data. And then on the by the gig, it's normally 9, and you can add it down to an 8 if you want. The Flex has no domestic roaming, and the starter and the premium both have 10 gigs, and the by gig has none. All of them have unlimited talk and text, and all of them have Wi-Fi calling and Wi-Fi text. You can see here the Flex includes international calls to supported countries from the U.S. The starter, you can add it for $3 annually. It's a monthly, $3. If you do the annual plan, then it's included. And then the by the gig and the premium both include that. All of them have international text from the USA. And then data calls and texts outside the U.S. You can see there. Flex is for purchase. Starter is for purchase, or you get 1 gig on the annual. And then you get 20 gigs of data calls and texts from outside the United States. Network transfers. This is if you decide you want to switch networks. Flex, you get 2 of them to try for free, and then they're $2 a piece after that. Starter, same thing. The premium plan, it's included in your plan, and the by the gig plan is try 2, and then it's $2. The watch plan on the Dark Star network is not supported yet, so that's something they're working on. But if you're going to want to get a smartwatch, you're going to want to use one of the other plans, and we'll get to that here in just a moment. And the only plan that qualifies for the perks at this time is the premium plan on the Dark Star network. We'll look at the other networks here in a minute. And that's a $15 value. You've got to have 3 lines that are all on the premium. And they also have another benefit I didn't talk about. They have international eSIMs that you can purchase that if you're in another country, you can use the phone over there internationally and not have to use the national plan or the international stuff we talked about earlier. The multi-network add-on is where I was talking about, like if you go somewhere and you don't have signal, you can pay this extra and then you'll have where it'll switch networks automatically so you can have service almost everywhere like this. It's not available on the Flex plan, and on the Starter and Premium, it's $10 a month or $90 a year. So it saves you a little money there. And they've got plans. It breaks it down. Flex as low as $17.50 a month or a line. Starter as low as $22.50 a line. These are the annual prices. Premium for $32.50 a line, or the by the gig as low as $8 a line. If you get on their website, you can look at the broadband fact sheet, or even if you click my link, you can do that. Now we're going to go to Warp and look at those plans. They are slightly different. We'll rush through these as quick as we can. On Warp, on the Flex plan, you get 10 gigs. On the Unlimited Starter, you get 70 gigs of premium data. And on the Unlimited Premium, this is the Warp network, you get unlimited. Hotspot data goes from Flex at 5 gigs to Starter at 10 to 50 gigs on Unlimited Premium. But it is on the Warp network instead of Dark Star. And they're all going to be on QCI 9 as far as data priority, except the premium plan, which is QCI 8. All of these plans have unlimited talk and text. All of them have Wi-Fi calling and Wi-Fi text. And all of them include international calls from the U.S. except the Starter plan, which is $3 a month monthly, or annually it's included. International texts from the USA are included. And if you're going to use it internationally, they have data, text, and calls outside the U.S. for supported countries. It's for purchase on the Flex plan. It's monthly. It's for purchase on the Starter plan, or you get a gig if you pay annually. And on the Premium plan, it's just like the Dark Star network. You get 20 gigabytes of that data, that international data, when you're outside the United States. It's also available for purchase on the by gig plan. Now, on the network transfers, this is where mid-cycle you decide you want to be on a different network. All of them, you can try it twice for free, and then it's $2 per transfer after that. So if you're going to your aunt's for a month in another area and your network's weak, you could switch to whatever network works best in her area, and then when you got home, you could switch back to your network. Now, something to note on this, if you're on this network, which we said was the Warp network, and you have the premium plan, it is free to do network transfers. You're not limited there in any way. Now, on the Apple and Pixel Watch plans for the Warp network, which is what we're talking about now, it's available for purchase on all of the plans except the premium, and it's included on the premium. And for the perks, if you've got 3 lines or more, you can do the perks on the monthly plan if you've got 3 lines or more. So on the Warp network, so that's good. International eSIMs are available for purchase like they were on the Dark Star network. And you can do the multi-line or multi-network add-on for the same price as what it was on Dark Star, $10 a month to add that secondary line in case you get somewhere with no signal, or $90 a year if you want to pay annually and save a little. And you can see down below the plans, if you pay annually, they're as low as that. All right, one more to go. let's look at Lightspeed, which is the other network I've got. I've got my premium on the Dark Star network, and I've got my Lightspeed phone on the Starter network. All of these plans include unlimited 5G on the Lightspeed network. As far as high-speed data, Flex gets 10 gigs, unlimited Starter gets 70, and then Premium gets unlimited. Far as data, hotspot data, it is just like the Warp network. You get 5 gigs for Flex, 10 for Starter, and 50 for the Premium plan. Now, here's the big deal. Remember when I was talking about priority data? On the Lightspeed network, and this is partially why I selected it for my second line, all of their plan offerings on the unlimited plans offer QCI 7, which when you get up around QCI 7, you're talking about like first responder style priority data. So if priority data is something important to you, actually probably what I would do, well, we'll get to what I do here in just a minute, but that's really, really important. I can't emphasize that enough. So going down, you get unlimited talk, text, and data, or unlimited talk and text on all their plans. You get Wi-Fi talk and text on all their plans. All their plans include international calls from the U.S. except the Starter plan, which is $3 a month, or if you're on an annual plan, it's included. And all of the plans include international text from the U.S. Now, if you're outside the U.S., you can purchase for this or for the Flex or the by gig plan. And if you're on the Starter plan, it's available for purchase, or if you're on the annual plan, you get a gig of it. If you're on Premium, you get 20 gigs. Really handy if you travel out of the United States. Network transfers, just like this plan is very similar to Warp's plan. You get to try it twice for free for network transfers, and then it's $2 a piece after that. Unless you're on the Premium plan, then it's free. And Lightspeed does not offer Apple or Pixel Watch plans yet. Again, they're working on that. So if that's something important to you, you might want to get on the Warp network for now and then make some changes later. You can still get the perks, but only on the Premium plan. And you got to have at least 3 lines on the Premium plan. International eSIMs on all of their plans are available for purchase. And the multi-network add-on that I mentioned several times now about if you're somewhere and your signal's bad, it'll automatically switch networks, is $10 a month or $90 annually. And then the as low prices below are the same on all the networks. So let me get out of this and I'll give you my final thoughts. So what would I do if I was you? And I was a truck driver, which I am a truck driver, but what do I think would give you the best service? If it was me personally, I would probably do Dark Star as my premium line, and then that $10 add-on where you can switch networks if your signal's bad. I would do Lightspeed because of the high QCI rating. You're going to get priority data, especially when you're in congested areas. And the Dark Star network's going to give you that hotspot if you got a laptop or a gaming system or things like that. And the Lightspeed's going to give you the backup reliability and an enormous 5G network. So I just feel like it's the best of both worlds. That's what I'd recommend. That plan would normally be like $44 plus the 10. It would normally be $54. Right now they've got it at $35 plus the 10. So you're talking about $45 and you've got 2 networks at your disposal. You're also talking about a big savings, and that's what I would recommend. It's a prepaid network, so you don't have to worry about if your credit passes. They do have phones and they have finance options. If you need a new phone, you could get the new Samsung. You could get a Google Pixel. They've got iPhones. So they've got something for pretty much everybody, whatever you're looking for. But don't take my word for it. Click the link in the description or pinned in the top of the comments and check it out for yourself. And let me know what you think. Do your research. Look through the website and the app. I mean, not the app. They do have an app, but it's after you become a customer. Check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think either in the comments or email me at todd@truckertodd.net. And I'm looking forward to hearing what y'all have to say. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I know this one was a little long. We'll catch you on the next video. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.